What's up, gamers and geeks? Matt here with That's Fair Podcasting and Gaming Geeks Live. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about 6 upcoming alleged remakes and or remasters that are coming out. Now, I have covered these 6 in great length in the past with some of my videos, but it's no wonder that these are coming from 3 studios, all 6 of these: BioWare, Bethesda, and Ubisoft. Now, with these 3 developing teams that are unable to push out new IPs that are really worth a shit as of late, I mean, let's look at their track record from the last few that they've pumped out each. It's no wonder that these remakes and remasters that have been rumored are basically chasing their glory days gone by. So stay tuned. As I have mentioned in the past, it's amazing how we older gamers especially, and probably some of the younger gamers now, are finding more comfort in some of the past video games because these new IPs are just not cutting the mustard, man. They're not being able to make what they used to make as far as constant product that we could rely on, game in and game out, that would come from these 3 studios. Because Bethesda, BioWare, and Ubisoft, for the longest time, we're the head honchos, giving us these new and creative IPs. Even though they were part of a series, they were taking us elsewhere. And these were games that just kept us going and going. And as of late, these 3 companies have not delivered. But if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. Please like that video, as you've been helping me in that algorithm. I sincerely appreciate it. And if you don't do any of those and you hear another rambling video about these 3 developing studios and these upcoming alleged remakes and or remasters, thank you for sticking with me. I sincerely appreciate it. A brief history to give you as far as these 3 developing companies. Not that you guys need to hear this, because I'm sure as gamers, you know, we're on top of this shite no matter what. So we know what we've been given as of lately. But we'll start with Bethesda and their last 2. And what I mean by that is Starfield, and before that I would have to go to Fallout 4. I'm not taking into consideration these online games such as Fallout 76 and ESO. There's no need. I mean, those are cash grabs, plain and simple. Some people enjoy them, so that's good. But I mean, you know, that's Bethesda's primary focus seems to be making sure they make money, as far as the same with the Fallout series. But having said that, we'll start with Starfield, a very empty game, very huge as far as scale, but very shallow as far as depth. And then there was Fallout 4, which you take the building mechanics out and all the the vault tech and all that. You have a game that was really just a failure in my eyes. It's hard to go back and play it, even though the Anniversary Edition is completely broken. And then there is obviously BioWare's last 3 games, which, you know, you got to go back to 2017's Mass Effect Andromeda. Then you got to go to 2019's Anthem, now officially closed, that server as of, well, it's been closed now for about a week. And then you had 2024's Dragon Age of Elgard, which is the biggest shit show probably in the history of progressive gaming as far as that's concerned. That's just an opinion and probably fact. Yeah. And then we'll go with Ubisoft's last 2. And the reason I'm going with their last 2 is obviously Assassin's Creed Shadows was just dog shit. I mean, if you want to go even deeper than just the Assassin's Creed, because I thought Mirage was pretty empty too, you can technically say Ubisoft's last 4 with their first quadruple A game in Skull and Bones, which was a massive failure. Then you had Star Wars Outlaws, which is total dog shite. Then you did have Assassin's Creed Mirage and Assassin's Creed Shadows. So yeah, guys, these 3 companies haven't been needing wins for some time, and I'm thinking that these remakes and or remasters are probably the way they're going to want to go if they want any kind of chance. Just a matter of opinion. I think Bethesda still has the best chance. But anyway, in the order of least to first, in my opinion, I will start at the first one being at number 6 is going to be the first one on my list. And that will be Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. Now, I go with KOTOR 2, The Sith Lords first because it's probably my least favorite on the list of this 6. Now, I will say that Aspire was formerly working on this, but they have some kind of they've been having some legal issue and legal battles with something about cut content or DLC. I haven't gone into specifics, but as of 2024, this game was being worked on, and it had a nickname, Project Juliet, I think. But don't quote me on that. If that's indeed the name of it, I don't remember. I'll have to look deeper into it. I'll have it listed. It'll be flashing across the bottom as I'm saying it. But again, giving lethal court battles, legal court battles, lethal. I guess in some senses it is lethal when you close down video game studios, but legal court battles having to do with cut content and DLC going to supposedly be added into this remaster of this game. Now, so far, I don't think this is a remake, but a remaster. And like I said, it had been being worked on as far as 2024 by Aspire, but then it was halted. And from there, we're not really sure what ultimately happened to it. But why it would be good to see is because, first of all, it'd be a great pre-launch for Fate of the Old Republic that will be coming out. Probably a lot of guess 2028, 2029-ish. But it would be good to get the remasters out of the way to get people into the hype for Fate of the Old Republic. Not that KOTOR needs that kind of hype. I think it'll be hyped on its own. But it'd be good to see a graphical upgrade on a newer engine playing the Sith Lords KOTOR 2 with all this cut original content that was taken out. And that game was rushed by Obsidian. I don't know if they were under some kind of deadline. But yes, if you guys are fans of KOTOR 2, you'll probably think it felt rushed because it was. And there was a good amount of content that wasn't added that is allegedly going to be added into this. So that will be number 6. Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords will be at number 6. At number 5, I've got to go with Fallout New Vegas. Now, yes, I'm ranking these, and a lot of people in the Fallout universe, these fans of you guys that love Fallout New Vegas more than any of them, I get it. I thought it was a better game overall than Fallout 3, but I like Fallout 3 better because that was my first personal experience into the Fallout universe. And so, yeah, Fallout 3 still holds a higher ranking than Fallout New Vegas. But yeah, Jez Cordon of Windows Central has issued a statement that this is also in the works. He's also stated that with the Fallout 3 one, these are going to be later on down the pipeline, not going to be any soon-to-be shadow drops by any means. We can expect these later on down the pipeline, according to Jez Cordon. But that's why this is at number 5 for me, is because Fallout 3 was my first experience. Overall, I thought New Vegas was a better game, but I got the experience. It was the lore of it with Bethesda first. And let's be honest, Obsidian outdid Bethesda. Bethesda probably hates Obsidian for that because New Vegas was a better game in so many different directions than Fallout 3. And, so they did a better job at Bethesda's own lore than Bethesda could do. Now, why I think this would be a great remaster is obvious. I mean, take us back to the Mojave. Take us back to New Vegas. Can you imagine updated graphics with a better engine going back into New Vegas and dealing with Kaiser and the Legion and the North California? I can't wait for this one, if it indeed is true. Now, guys, take all these with a grain of salt. None of these have really been confirmed except for maybe what is number 1 on my list, and technically what is number 2 on the list when I get to them. But yes, Fallout New Vegas is at number 5, and for good reason. Again, not confirmed by Bethesda, but it's supposed to be believed. It won't be Obsidian remastering. It will be Bethesda. Hopefully they keep their mitts out and keep the way Obsidian had it. Todd Howard has been quoted as of late basically saying there are Fallout projects currently being worked on or currently underway and will be down the pipeline. So it gives us a lot of incentive to think that these remasters of both these Fallouts are coming out. Now, having said that, I'm going with number 4 with Assassin's Creed 1. There has been speculation, again, not confirmed by Ubisoft by any means, but watching a specific YouTuber's video by the name of Endymion. I love watching his videos. He's an extremely great content creator. And he has a friend within Ubisoft that's kind of leaked the information that allegedly there is going to be an Assassin's Creed 1 remaster, which makes sense. I think if any Assassin's Creed could use the remaster, it's Altair. Because, you had a 2007 game come out on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. graphics aren't necessarily outdated as they would be like on a regular Xbox or PS2, but I will say that they are outdated to some degree, and you did have the constant repetitive nature of these games. It was the same thing over and over. Now, at the time, it was innovative enough that we didn't give a shit that it was repetitive because it worked for us. And playing Altair al-Lahad was a new experience for us. And obviously, these games drew heavy inspiration from the Prince of Persia's, which were also Ubisoft's. And, obviously the remake of Prince of Persia has been axed. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But having said that, I would like to see an upgraded engine, updated graphics on maybe an Unreal Engine 5, playing Altair back in the Crusades of the Middle East. And that would be awesome, going back to Masyaf and, Abu Alam, and having your final face-off with the Piece of Eden. And yeah, that's why that would be number 4 on my list. Now, number 3 on my list is Fallout 3. And again, Jez Cordon has literally leaked the fact that he has said that down the pipeline, both Fallout 3 and New Vegas are getting their remasters. Now, these aren't remakes by any means from what we understand, just updated graphics on an updated engine for a remaster, obviously. Strong reports and leaks have been pointing to this coming out. A lot of people think it's going to be shadow dropped after the season 2 of Fallout, but there's, again, Jez Cordon said no, don't expect these anytime soon. And yeah, I think it will be ahead of New Vegas, obviously, for the reason of the chronological order. But why I think this could use a remaster is, who doesn't want to go to the DC wasteland with a remastered engine and going back to, searching for your father, aka Liam Neeson. And again, that was my first experience into the Fallout universe. So, it's very nostalgic for that regard. I mean, it's hard to play now. With an updated engine, you're going to have better mechanics, gameplay mechanics, better movement, better combat mechanics. And so, I think that we're looking at a much better remaster experience, I think, if it does get carried out. And again, take it with a grain of salt, but it is what it is. That is number 3 on my list. Now, at number 2, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake. Now, latest reports, again, this is January 23rd. Latest reports have stated that Ubisoft's going through a restructuring. And what that means is Tencent does have their arm up their ass, working them like that proverbial puppet. So you can call it a restructure. We're calling it a colon cleansing for Ubisoft, which it needs it because all they've blown out is shite lately anyway. But there have been so many leaks and rumors for an Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. And with this remake, it is believed and kind of been reported and discussed that has been delayed by a year. So we're probably looking at around March of 2027, which is fine. There's a lot to me coming out this year. I've got Crimson Desert coming out in March anyway, so I'll be busy for a while. But Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake is going to be reformatted in a lot of ways. It's going to be given the RPG format that Valhalla and Odyssey was given. Now, a lot of people don't want that. I don't mind it. If I don't like it, I can play the old Assassin's Creed on my Xbox 360 or even the Xbox One now, or any Xbox really. But, I'm okay with trying something new, so I will make a purchase. I will be purchasing the Black Flag Remake in the RPG format, and I'll definitely drop a review, but that's a year out anyway, it looks like now. At least it survived the cancellation casualty list by Ubisoft. But, whatever. I mean, Ubisoft is in such turmoil, it's quite sad, really. But Tencent, I think, is good for them, and hopefully they're heading in the right direction. A restructure could be exactly what that company needs. But again, you're looking at an RPG format with this remake. Each island's going to have a lot more to do. You're going to have more meaningful populace of people, and you're going to have a variety of larger amount of things to do on each of these islands. So, you're going to have different missions and whatnot to keep you busy. So there is a lot to be added, obviously, besides the updated graphical engine that's going to give us Caribbean. Yeah, I'm excited for that. But anyway, so number 2 on my list is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake. I'm sincerely looking forward to that. Upgraded mechanics, possibly a level up system, an inventory system for Kenway. And so here's to good luck, Ubisoft. It probably won't beat Hexa, but who knows? And number 1 on my list, my all-time favorite video game ever, BioWare's 2003's Knights of the Old Republic, for obvious reasons. Now again, let's release this one before they do the Sith Lords, which is in turmoil given the legal issues. But Knights of the Old Republic 2, being, again, my all-time favorite game. When you play it now, the graphics are heavily outdated. It is, you can play it, it's playable, but it's so hard to get back into it. Saber Interactive's working on it, which I think is a good thing for that game, in my opinion. So they have stated over and over that game is very much still in development for this remaster. It's believed they're going to do away with the D20 combat system and basically give you a combat style like we got in Force Unleashed or like the Jedi Fallen Orders, where you go up, you will control the combos and whatnot. It's not going to be already pre-picked like flurries and rapid shots if you're using a pistol and whatnot. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty big upgrade for Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and that's number one on my list for obvious reasons. And I think that the remasters of the KOTOR 1 and 2 are a tactfully smart move in basically glossing FOTOR, Fate of the Old Republic. So hopefully, obviously, we'll probably see those beforehand to introduce them to a new new younger generation of audience. And yeah, so it'd be a strategically smart move, but I think FOTOR can pretty much stand the test of time on its own. It doesn't need the hype. But anyway, guys, that's really all I had. These are these 6 games coming up. I've covered them all in the links in separate videos in my past on this channel. But I just wanted to kind of go over the 6 I'm looking forward to the most. I'm sure there are more out there. I think there's a BioShock remake coming out, a remaster. But anyway, guys, again, thank you so much. That's really all I had. Please feel free to subscribe to That's Fair Podcasting or Gaming Geeks Live. Again, please like my video. Help me in that algorithm. You guys have been mercilessly doing it so well. Thank you. And if you don't do any of those and you just stuck it out, that's good enough for me. And to all you gamers out there, all love, and I'm outro.